You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
PRO Media Network. What's happening, fam? What's going on with you? Welcome to the Pelican post-game report on the PRO Media Network. Pelican post-game report simulcasting through two platforms currently, YouTube, and we're also on our Spreaker channels. Feel free to join our Spreaker audio podcast at Spreaker.com/the PRO Media Network. And on today's show, I'd like to thank the family for joining us here today. Here's a round of applause for your yearns. On the Pelican post-game report, man, it's been a while, family, since we did the Pelican post-game report all season, man. Of course, the Pelicans really had a stupendous, man, off season of change. And, you know, what can I tell you about how the Pelicans played, man? They've been, you know, from the top down, they did everything that I expected them to do. I mean, what can I tell you about them, man? They've been awesome, man. But in this podcast today, and like I said, we simulcasting our first Pelican postgame report live stream out to YouTube as well, across Twitter, Facebook, multiple platforms. And we're going to talk about on today's show, 433, the Pelicans news and notes, and dealing with some of the things the Pelicans have done. It's been a while since we did the show. It's been an off season since covering so much of the change dealing with the Pelicans. It's very exciting, man. If you listen to the last several years of me doing Pelican post-game reports, it's now our first year, second year. We've been doing it for almost 5 seasons. When it was a part of the Sports Coma, it grew ahead of its own, and ultimately we created a niche for it. But to be quite honest with you, the Pelicans, man, they've done pretty much everything that we could possibly have requested a team to do. You know, they really have. And it's been a special transformation to see at most part how the Pelicans have been looking. And to be quite honest with you, you couldn't have asked for more than what they've done. I mean, seriously, think about it. Pelicans have basically reshaped the roster, reshaped the executives top down. And you got to love Gail Benson for what she did and how she was able to bring a lot of these new players, these people into the organization, starting with Vice President David Griffin, who brought in everybody, including the new hire today. Congratulations to the Pelicans for hiring Teresa Witherspoon, terrific, fantastic player. The Pelicans add Teresa Witherspoon, WNBA superstar. She comes over to join as an assistant coach, and I just absolutely love this move. She'll work in the player development role, according to various reports by Agent Wojnarowski. She's a 2019 inductee into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. I remember she joins the Pelicans and brings all that impressive, all that impressive basketball knowledge that she has. She won the national championship with Louisiana Tech back in 1988, earned 5 All-Star appearances, 8 NBA seasons. She played her first 7 seasons with the Liberty, and she'll be joined in New Orleans by former Liberty player Swim Cash, who's currently the vice president of basketball operations behind David Griffin, who's the president of basketball operations. So she was the head coach at her alma mater, La Tech, from 2008 to 2014, in which she posted a 99-71 record with La Tech and reaching the tournament twice. Awesome play. I mean, the Pelicans are doing it all right, man. They're really doing a fantastic job, to be quite honest with you. And other things I want to talk about today on Pelican Postgame Report is the fact that Zion Williamson, we're going to cover it all here today, family. We're going to talk about it today. Zion Williamson is doing it super big. We want to talk about the Pelicans doing it big. Zion Williamson, who 12,000 plus season tickets have been sold. 12,000 plus season tickets have been sold leading up to the season. And not to mention, Zion continues to add more and more endorsers to his impressive resume. He added another major endorsement deal Thursday, announcing a deal with Gatorade on his social media page. And to everybody else, he also signed deals with Nike, which the Jordan brand, NBA 2K, Panini America, Man, it's absolutely surreal, he said, to be doing business with Gatorade. And they're known for fueling the best athletes in the world. Michael Jordan, D. Wade, Serena Williams, Peyton Manning, and so many others. Those are people he said he looked up as a kid. He was just 19. Now he's the man on those billboards. Zion Williamson, man. I mean, he is a star before he even shot a shot in the Pelicans uniform. But anyway, let's get into some more business dealing with the Pelicans and this show dealing with pretty much breaking it down. Let's look at a few of the things I want to talk about dealing with the Pelicans and this impressive live stream right here. Another thing I want to deal with, man, is I'm focused on the roster at hand. When you look at the roster of talent that this team has, you got to look at the fact that the Pelicans are impressively building. You're looking at Brandin Ingram, who came over. He's getting healthy to play. You're dealing with Lonzo Ball, who's healthy to play. So the Pelicans are looking impressive. They've filled or solved two impressive positions, the point guard and small forward position. They had a tremendous talent with the acquisition of Favors to bring a big man who can move and finish. He can also shoot the three. Derek Favors is an excellent addition. The Pelicans have upgraded severely with shipping AD's ass out here, just to be honest with you. Some other news I want to get into before I get that information is Pelicans were granted a $3.6 million disabled player exemption for losing Darius Miller to a ruptured Achilles for the season. Now, New Orleans should have enough cap space to replace Miller with one of the remaining street free agents. Now, after signing a 2-year deal worth about $14 million, he ruptures the Achilles playing 3-on-3 basketball shortly after missing the entire season. Seems as a huge loss for the Pelicans, but Miller provided quality minutes for them with the last 2 seasons, shot about 41% from the three-point line, coming off the season when he averaged 8 points on 39% shooting from the field and 35, almost 36% from deep in 69 games. He was a guy that did provide 3-point shooting and floor spacing off the bench, but his defense was really something really needed help. Now, some talented players New Orleans could look. We talked about Joe Johnson, who was out there at one time. They could look at players like J.R. Smith, God forbid, Nick Young, or some other player that could come in that could provide a 3-point shooting ability. Now, before Joe Johnson signed with the Pistons, the Pelicans were interested in signing him, and there are various rumor reports that the Pelicans could take a look at Carmelo Anthony. Hey, I don't know. You have to get in line, but other players, the Pelicans could target Iman Shumpert and a few other players. So who knows? The Pelicans have options to replace Darius Miller with that deal. Now, looking at the other information, like I said, the Pelicans sold 12,000 plus season tickets for Zion rookie season. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. The VP Sales and Services told the Times-Picayune the excitement and the interest in the city is more so than we experienced in a very long time. Really feeling good about our ability to sell out these games. Now, they have impressive ticket packages, and the fact that the Pelicans coming off a 33-49 season last year, Zion Williamson and the revamped or revitalized Pelican team is definitely an opportunity to compete. Although I hear various reports and videos from guys saying that the Pelicans don't have a shot in the playoffs, that they're not going to make it, or the Pelicans they're not good enough. The playoffs there are too many teams out there that's better than the Pelicans, and they're in the tough Western Conference. They won't get the playoffs. So a lot of stuff I hear about that, man. You just got to understand that it's a team with a lot of fight in them, and I don't think they're going to just settle for just being mediocre. I think this team has enough to win and compete. Get to the playoffs. That's what I'm saying, man. Screw what they're talking about. The Pelicans also announced some coaching changes to help adjust your staff. Remember, I was highly critical of Ehrman, who was supposed to be the defensive coordinator. The defense sucked and stunk, and I thought they should have fired that dude 2 seasons ago. But ultimately, they finally got rid of him, and they announced several additions to the coaching staff. I made mention of Teresa Witherspoon, who will be brought on to the staff in a developmental coach role. The team also named Chris Finch as the associate head coach offense, while Jeff Bezdelik, who's the assistant head coach as well, associate head coach. So you got 2 associate head coaches in Finch and Bezdelik, who is looked at as being a defensive coordinator. So You're looking at him. He comes over from Houston, he was actually responsible and moving Houston when his tenure was 2016 to 2019. The Rockets ranked third in the NBA in the defensive rating over the final 45 games in 2017-2018 season, on their way to recording a franchise record 65 wins. So this guy has the experience to teach the right principles, defensively speaking, to help the Pelicans balance that attack. What Elvin Gentry bringing and what Coach Bezadelic is bringing, it's going to be an interesting mix. Jamil McMillan is also added to the coaching staff as an assistant coach to join Fred Vinson. Joe Boland was elevated to assistant coach, director of player development. Michael Ruffin was promoted to assistant coach and player development. Coach Gentry would say, we're excited and pleased to have finalized our coaching staff. This is a collection of diverse, dedicated, passionate individuals with years of experience and knowledge as both players and teaching of the game. So it's going to be interesting to see how that mix. But remember, all I was saying about Coach Gentry when he came aboard was the fact that I wanted him to bring a guy that could teach defensive principles, because the Pelicans will allow too many stupid walk-up layups. You too busy getting them to run down to the other end of the court. And what basically occurs after they run down to the other end of the court is that you have guys getting easy layups and all this kind of stuff. I just never understood why that was happening. So finally, man, you can be able to see a coach that knows how to teach defense, that can teach the defense in the proper way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want. All right, moving on to the next topic of discussion, family, on the Pelicans. And I already announced some of the stuff dealing with Zion Williamson, which is very exciting. But let's go over the roster of what the Pelicans are bringing into training camp coming up real soon. It's the fact that they have an interesting mix of players that's on this team. Now, some of the core players, we know about Zion Williamson, the first overall pick this year, but there were also people already the core of the team, which is Drew Holiday. This is what they're saying is his team. They added Brandin Ingram and Lonzo Ball in trades. Now, it appears that Lonzo Ball, Drew Holiday will start at the guard positions. The forwards will be Brandin Ingram and Zion Williamson, and the center will be Derek Favors, who came over as a backup center from Denver. This guy's very good. He always gave the Pelicans the blues when he played them. And it's finally good to see this guy have an opportunity to sit at the center position for the Pelicans. A defensive big, who can actually play defense, shoot the three, catch alley-oops, defend the basket. That's what we really needed down here. We had stone foot centers for a long time, like Alexis Ajinka and people like that. I just never understood why they were here. You need bigs that can move and run. And I'm really happy about the Pelicans, the fact that they did add a healthy mix of veterans as well as rookies as well. We talk about guys like Zion Williamson. We talk about Nickeil Alexander-Walker. We're talking about the center. Let's see, what's the fella's name? Jackson Hayes is another guy that's interesting. Had that spectacular dunk on the guy in the summer leagues. Pelicans are really interesting. Nicola Melli is another guy that they picked up from overseas. He's a stretch forward that can shoot the three. Interesting that the Pelicans were able to add these people. So looking at some of the roster, you're looking at other players. Jalen Adams, who's a guard from Connecticut, will be brought in to help in depth situations. Javon Best, another guard prospect. This training camp roster to mix with some of the talent we talked about. Cavell Bigby Williams, Zillion Chatham, Josh Gray, Josh Hart was another player that was brought over in that Laker deal. Jackson Hayes, the draft pick, along with Drew Holiday, Brandin Ingram, and Frank Jackson, who's coming along. He's been watching Frank in summer. Really starting to shoot the three. He looks healthy, have that spring in his step. Really is interesting to see where Frank Jackson's development going into this upcoming year. Very interesting. Nicola Melli, we spoke about the foreign player that comes over. Darius Miller is injured, so E'Twaun Moore has an opportunity. He was a question mark player for the Pelicans. Didn't know where E'Twaun Moore fit in on this roster. I thought they might end up trading him because of his contract. I think he has 1 year left on his deal. Another big acquisition during free agency, J.J. Redick, who will come in undoubtedly play more than likely the sixth man off the bench. And some practicality, you can see J.J. Redick actually starting for the Pelicans in certain games because of his key three-point shooting. So, I mean, the Pelicans were a team last year who had a few three-point shooters, but looking to spread out the floor. They've added J.J. Redick, who, statistically speaking, is probably one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. But what I'm saying, bottom line, family, is that the Pelicans, man, they've really done a great job in revamping the roster, using AD as a chip. AD wanted to get the hell out of here. He wanted to go over there and play with LeBron James. We shipped him out of here. We have a team here. I don't understand why they disrespecting our club and saying that we're not going to make the playoffs and that it will be doing look cute and we'll be exciting, but at the end of the day, the Pelicans will not be able to compete. I don't understand that. What crystal ball are they looking at? Who that to you, Quack? I see you, baby. What's up to you? First Pelican post-game report simultaneously broadcasted between our social media family on Facebook, Spreaker, as well. We'll be doing more of the Pelican post-game report, ironing out the bugs with this new software we're using to simulcast. So big ups to the fan watching on YouTube and listening on Spreaker as well. So very interesting news dealing with the Pelicans. Like I'll say it again. I'll say it again, family. We got a lot to deal with in this, fixing it, getting it all together. But like I said, we got some buggy software right now. Simultaneously, we'll work it out, Garrett. Who that to you? And also, that's pretty much what we're going to talk about today on the show. Family, we're going to recap it right quick. Zion Williamson, 12,000 plus season tickets sold by him. He also signed multiple deals. Has just signed up with Gatorade. He got the Jordan deal. The kid is explosive, and he's a star already. Outside of that, the Pelicans have to decide on whether or not to extend out for Brandin Ingram. That's another thing you have to look at. Is Brandin Ingram a guy that you want to be able to extend out for? Is he healthy enough when you take that opportunity to kind of move in it? What say the family? You think Brandin Ingram would be a good addition? We'll have to see about that as we move forward. But outside of that, we have to. Ingram is an interesting prospect, in my opinion. When healthy, he could be a very talented player. He's long. He can shoot the three. He is. He's a terrific player. But health is the main thing with Brandin Ingram. Can the Pelicans rely on him to be healthy for them to extend that deal, because it's getting very close for them to make a decision on Brandin Ingram? And we'll understand, is he a key part of what they're trying to do, or the Pelicans might be looking elsewhere. But I love the core that they have. Basically, they took the Magic Johnson deal, lesson one player and an extra pick, and they make it happen. But whatever, we got the people that we need to move forward for and build this team moving ahead. So this is going to be an interesting time to be a Pelican fan. So we're going to see what's going on, family, moving forward. So outside of that, that's some of the Pelican news we talked about as the Pelicans are moving forward. Now, what do you fellas think? What do you guys think about the Pelicans coming up to this season? You think the Pelicans will make the playoffs? Will you believe some of these other people saying that the Pelicans can't make the playoffs, they can't do nothing? Are they just a cute team that people want to watch on television? I really do firmly believe that the Pelicans have every intention of making the playoffs. They're going to make a strong push for it. As long as they can stay healthy, be interesting to see what Zion Williamson becomes, Drew Holiday, and all the rest of the guys, how they play together. But that'll do it for the show. Pelican Post-Game Report on the PPR Media Network. Having issues with our mic, please understand we're using a different software simultaneously, blasting out to two separate programs at the same time. We'll work it out, family. But thank you for joining us on the Pelican Post-Game Report. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe for the show. Join our social media pages as well as we continue to blast out true Pelican talk. So thank you for joining us tonight. Peace.
Get straight sports talk from the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
Embrace Pet Insurance is more than just pet insurance. Embrace Pet Insurance promises to provide genuine support and certainty when your pet needed the most. With personalized accident and illness policies, compassionate customer care, 24/7 access to veterinary professionals, flexible wellness plans, timely claims processing, and online customer portals, their values is what makes them Embrace. So, when selecting a pet insurance company as a partner in your pet's care, you deserve a company that has your pet's best interests at heart. Get top rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Up to 90% back on bills at any vet, total protection, pet insurance and wellness, and dependable claims payments. Get the top rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Go to embracepetinsurance.com. That's embracepetinsurance.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Get
Get all the latest news and updates from your New Orleans Pelicans at the Pelicans View, the new and official Pelicans Daily Journal, covering everything Pelican.
Attention, everyone.
Get breakdown on games, free agent signings and potential moves, unbiased opinions and straight up facts with statistical analysis from G Valley. Go to www.thesportsdaily.com/Pelicans-I-View.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
Do you need a domain name? How about a host for your website that can work with WordPress? Try Namecheap.com. They make registering, hosting, and managing domain names for yourself or others easy and affordable because the internet needs people. Namecheap is an ICANN accredited domain register and technology company founded in 2000. It's one of the fastest growing American companies according to the 2018 Inc. 5000, celebrating nearly 2 decades of providing unparalleled levels of service, security, and support. Namecheap has been steadfast in customer satisfaction with over 10 million domains under management. Namecheap is among the top domain registrars and web providers in the world. They offer a full selection of popular and unique domains along with fully featured hosting packages, SSL security certificates, WhoisGuard privacy protections, and more, all at the lowest prices in the industry. So if you need a domain name or hosting or anything else, think Namecheap.com. That's right, Namecheap.com. Check the description section below for link.